thing done. Is that meant to happen? Or if it is meant to happen, so acceptance of the way things are working out. Remember that God loves you. And at the same time, He does everything for your benefit. Okay? And it may not seem that clear to you, or you may think that that's not the way it goes, that if God will love you and have a give you everything you bloody want, but no, it does not work that way. He gives you what you need, He knows what you want, and at the end of the day, He is always there for you, but taking care of you as well. Good morning. If you've just joined, this is exactly 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. And we could continue that discussion any other day, but because I like to go into those little things like that. But sometimes I get into trouble, mind you, but I like talk my mind. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Welcome to another week of activity, of activities. This is Monday, the 24th of June. This is the last working week in the month of June. 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. That's a Friday. 29th is the Saturday, and the 30th is the Sunday. Come next week, Monday, the 1st of July. Believe me, as quick as that. We would be then in the 7th week of the month. Man, I still got the taste of rain in my mouth from last Christmas. And to think that within another less than 5 months, July, August, September, October, November, or a little bit over 5 months, we're there already. But that's the way. The difficult thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that yes, time is flying by, but we're also getting older. And some people say we're not getting really older, we're getting smarter. Well, either way, something is happening to us, and sometimes it's not to the best. It's not for the best. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Buenos días, bienvenidos. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la calle San Lorenzo, donde orgullosamente transmitimos por cable, por aire y también por internet. Por internet, si es que así te gusta, puedes verlo por este programa, lo puedes ver por Facebook. Y si es que vives si es que también estamos transmitiendo por cable, si es que vives en los municipios, por todo el país, en el sur o donde sea, puedes ver este programa, porque estamos unidos a la red de distribuidores de cable, la red de proveedores de cable, señal de cable, que permite que nuestra señal se vea por todo el país. El español es muy bonito, pero también es tardado. Hay tantas más palabras que usar para decir una cosita en inglés. También, si es que no tienes cable, puedes verlo, o optas no tener cable, o donde vives no hay cable, como sea el caso, puedes ver Canal 10 si vives en el norte del país. Simplemente tienes que hacer ciertas cositas. Conectar tu televisor a una antena que esté por fuera, o darle las 1000 vueltas al televisor hasta que capte la señal de Canal 10. Pones un cablecito, algo por el estilo, pero sí vas a poder verlo y lo ves absolutamente claro. Eso es un hecho. No hay ningún problema con la transmisión. Estoy seguro que la gente que nos ve en Trial Farm, que nos ve en San José, San Pablo, Está bastante alegre de ver el programa, y no solo sino toda la programación de Canal 10, porque es lo único que ven. No están conectados al cable y dicen, con Canal 10 tengo suficiente. Hay ciertas personas que no quieren tener la variedad con el control remoto, pero yo me he dado cuenta que yo tengo cable, pero hay solo como 2 o 3 canales que veo. Así que lo demás me sale de sobra. No lo veo. Para mí, ojalá no estuvieran ahí, porque por nada no los utilizo. Por nada. No, no me gusta ese tipo de programación o, o algo por el estilo. Pero aquí estamos con ustedes. Gracias por el privilegio de poder entrar hasta sus hogares. Es un privilegio porque por la magia de tecnología, con un simple clic, nos permites entrar a tu hogar. Muchas gracias por todo esto. Como siempre, comenzamos este programa con una oración, dándole gracias a nuestro Creador, a nuestro Dios, por darnos vida, por darnos tanto. Y por eso les pido que se unan conmigo a decir: Padre, gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por la vida, la salud. Y aunque no estemos del todo bien, pero gracias por la cantidad de salud que tenemos, porque pudiera ser de forma diferente. Gracias por las fuerzas para venir a chambear. Gracias por tu perdón, Padre. Gracias por tu gracia. Gracias por tu misericordia que tienes con nosotros. Gracias por todo, Padre, dentro de tu amor que tienes para nosotros. Nos amas, nos proteges, nos cuidas, nos das lo que necesitamos. Gracias por todo esto, Padre. Te pido que continúes bendiciéndonos y continúes amándonos. Y que en torno nosotros podamos reconocer de que no hacemos nada para merecer todo ese amor. Y que en torno pudiéramos hacer algo. Y eso es arrepentirnos de nuestros pecados y empezar una vida distinta, una vida nueva. Una vida donde no estemos hablando y juzgando a nuestros vecinos y a nuestras propias amistades. Y siendo vengativos a nuestros propios familiares y conocidos. Y no aprendiendo a perdonar. Que porque tal me hizo esto, yo le hago lo mismo. Porque tal y tal me hizo esto, yo le hago hasta peor. Porque yo no voy a quedar con esto. Aprender a perdonar, Padre, que es lo que tú nos pides. Porque si no perdonamos, tú no nos perdonas. Simple. Así que queremos. Pero nuestro ego nos dice diferente. Nuestro ego nos dice: no tienes que pedir perdón. Tú eres grande. Nuestro ego nos levanta, pero al mismo tiempo nos tumba. Nuestro orgullo. Son problemas que no nos gusta platicar o reconocer, pero es la plena verdad. Somos vanidosos, orgullosos, egoístas a lo máximo, mentirosos, hipócritas. Padre, permítenos reconocer qué es lo que somos y tratar de ser diferentes personas. Y que en torno podemos ser más humildes y que en torno podemos ser auténticamente humildes y auténticamente haciendo algo para el beneficio de la humanidad. Y no solo para nosotros, sino para la humanidad. Padre, te pedimos por nuestros líderes, te pedimos por todas las personas que están dolidos luego de la pérdida de un ser querido en su familia. Por los enfermos te pedimos, los viejitos que están abandonados, los niños desamparados. Te pido por los enfermos en los hospitales, en sus casas, en las calles, porque muchos andan caminando por las calles, enfermos. Te pido por todas esas personas, Padre, que tengamos conciencia y hagamos nuestra parte para ayudar al prójimo. Ayudar al prójimo. Y no juzgarlos. Y no juzgarlos. Padre, te bendecimos, te adoramos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. If you just joined us, las 7:15, rápidamente nos vamos al pronóstico, al reporte del estado del tiempo. First in English, a moderate easterly airflow will support continued hazy but fair weather. The 24-hour forecast, sunny and hazy today. I thought the hazy days were over. And clear to partly cloudy tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated. Winds blowing from the east, 10 to 20 knots. Sea state, moderate. Temperatures along the coast, 87 degrees as a high, 81 as a low. Inland, 94 degrees as a high, 75 as a low. And in the hills, 84 degrees as a high and 70 as a low. There are no advisories in place, but I'd just like to remind you that we are smack in the hurricane season, and we should be on the lookout, really. What do you expect to see tomorrow, Tuesday? For continuing mainly fair and warm weather with isolated showers developing over the south during the night. A low tide this morning at 9:15. A high tide this afternoon at 2:32. A second low tide tonight at 5 minutes before 10. And the second high tide tomorrow at 3:43 in the wee hours of the morning. The sun rose this morning at 5:20. 20 minutes after 5. Last week it was at 5:17, and then it stood at 5:18, and I think on Saturday it was at 5:19. Now it is 5:20. Just a minute later. And the sun is setting today at 6:30. Last week that was 5:29. So if you notice that even though we've been through the summer solstice, the sun is setting at a later hour. Okay, it's at 6:30, and I'm wondering if I can recall. Well, let's keep that as a surprise to see the end of the week what time the sun is setting. The moon is setting today at 11:25 in the morning and rising tomorrow morning at exactly 12 in the wee hours of the morning. Thank you, Angelia Guy. Buenos días, ¿cómo les va? Este es el reporte del estado del tiempo. La situación general, puesta como un flujo de aire moderado proveniente del este, está causando buen tiempo, pero condiciones algo brumosas, hazy, neblinosas. ¿Ok? Para las siguientes 24 horas, soleado y brumoso el día de hoy, como si hubiera neblina, y durante el curso del día, y claro o parcialmente nublado hoy por la noche. Si es que vemos chubascos, completamente aislados. Los vientos del este 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar moderado, Temperaturas por la costa 87 como una máxima, 81 como una mínima. En el interior 94 grados como una máxima, 75 como una mínima. Y por las colinas 84 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima. No hay ninguna advertencia en lugar. Se espera que martes por la noche, ¿qué esperamos para martes y martes por la noche? Continuamos viendo buen tiempo con chubascos aislados desarrollando en el sur por la noche. La marea baja, 9:15 por la mañana, una alta a las 2:32 por la tarde, otra marea baja a las 9:55 por la noche y otra marea alta a las 3:43 en la madrugada. El sol salió hoy a las 5:20 y se oculta a las 6:30. De igual forma la luna se oculta a las 11:25, pero sale de 9 hoy por la mañana en realidad, a exactamente las 12 de medianoche. Muchas gracias Angel y Agui, y también tomamos tiempo para dar las gracias a todos nuestros apoyantes, a todas las personas que nos apoyan con sus anuncios. Digi, la empresa Digi, muchas gracias. También a German Vega & Sons, Belize, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, también a The Referendum Unit, también Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, Gillette's Meat Shop y las tiendas A&R. Vamos rápidamente a una pausa. Entraremos en un comentario político y luego tendremos visita a las 8. Tendremos primero Dios, tendremos a representantes de la policía, del alto rango de la policía, porque hoy empieza Police Week. Pero primero vamos a esta pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes con mucho más luego de sus anuncios.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar-cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi fans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Compañeros, bienvenidos al Sugar City Morning Show. I'd like you to join me in giving a warm welcome to our good friend, Mr. Checky Osha. Good morning, Checky, and welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank God we're here. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. I like what you mentioned that we are less than 5 months to the big celebration.
We're about 5 months right back. Don't know where any or anything like that. It's just that, hey, time to fly so quickly. Time is flying so quickly. And also life is full of surprises. And that's what makes life interesting, because imagine life just passing by, no problems, no surprises. You're just back in your hammock and like, go drink your tea, babes. Okay, drink your tea, you go sleep. You wake up, go drink your tea, babes, and you go sleep back again. It's monotonous and boring.
And the time not to wait, the time to go.
But life in itself is interesting because we don't always get what we want. Let's take that first call.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Hola, muy buenos días. Ask the person to kindly call back.
I'm kindly asking the person to call back. I don't know what happened just now on the radio, but on the telephone. So sometimes Sometimes the signal drops. Very simply. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday there were village council elections in Carmelita, in San Lorenzo,
San
San
Lazaro.
Lazaro, and in Trinidad.
That's here in the Orange Walk
That
district.
is here in the Orange Walk district.
And Corozal, we had San Pedro,
Yes.
Cristo Rey, and Yochen.
Yes. I don't have the full report in my hand, official, because I can go ahead and give you the unofficial reports, but I prefer not to do that. But it has not, as far as I know, it's not been published on the web. But from what we know, one of the biggest surprises that happened was that there was a basket turnover in Carmelita. The party that was touted as the more popular party has suddenly lost its power base in Carmelita. And that was a big surprise yesterday when votes were counted. Now, I was there for a moment, and I have been asking people, to what do you attribute this change in people? What do you attribute moving away from a very stable village council led by Mr. Elvis Reynolds and other able village councillors that have been working assiduously for the villagers in Carmelita? They are the ones who did a lot of the projects in Carmelita. They are the ones who did roads, opened up lots in the ones in Carmelita. They were the ones who repaired the fields, the football fields, and with the help of the area representative, they have gone in and actually helped families with their education. So what going on? What going on? People are saying, oh, they buy over the people them. But I don't want to believe that. I don't believe that Carmelita people can be
bought out.
Can be, well, everybody can be bought out, but can be so bought out so easily and be so, how can you call it, vulnerable? If at the end of the day you see a village council working for you, support them. But then what triggered the change? There has to be a reason. Some people are saying a lot of people voted in Carmelita were never supposed to vote. People who don't live in Carmelita voted.
But
I don't know if that is true. I would like to hear it from the people. I'm just beginning to tell you that this is what people are saying. That and that the attention was drawn to the presiding officer in the room, and that he did absolutely nothing to stop it.
that's what they're saying to you, right?
That's what people are saying to me, and from the looks of the person who said it, I am tempted to believe it. But it would seem to me that because from the last elections now to this elections, there was literally a basket turnover. What went on? Was it something personal? What got on? Maybe the same Carmelita people can tell us what's going on. Can it be that perhaps the PUP, Mr. Kevin Bernard, was better organized? Can it be that perhaps their campaign was more effective? Can it be that perhaps, whatever reasons there might be, can it be that was the problem? That's the reason why the sudden change in Carmelita? We know also that in Trinidad or Salazar.
Trinidad, I received a report that the People's United Party slate won in Trinidad.
And in San Lazaro.
I'm not sure of San Lazaro. I'm trying to get some numbers right now.
You're trying to get some numbers
Yeah,
right
but
now.
it seems like they will be coming in very shortly.
Okay, great. So the People's United Party has pretty much grabbed 3 of the village councils here in Orange Walk, as best as I can understand, and it is. Let's take this call.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I would like to.
Talk to me. Talk to us.
Just lower your television, the volume of your television, please.
Hello?
Yes. Good morning. Talk to us, man. Not afraid.
Yes, go ahead and speak up.
We're asking you to, when you call us, to please lower the volume of the television and speak with us. Don't wait to hear yourself on the television, because there is a delay, and then you'll find out that you're answering yourself twice. Okay? So I want you to please lower the volume and talk to us directly through the mouthpiece. Call us again. We want to hear from Carmelita. We want to hear from the villages. Call us again. We want to hear what's going on.
Somebody sent a text here saying maybe corruption. Do you have your WhatsApp?
Yes.
Yeah, I have. I received a document here from the party chairman, who is giving the result of all the village council elections that was held over the weekend. So I will, and thanks to RC1 for helping us with it as well, no? And this is, I believe if it comes from the chairman, it should be something official, no? So I will just go ahead and forward it, and we can work it together to get it over to. Yeah. What's your name? Huh? Oh, I have. That I look for. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
And does it talk show?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to give a comment.
Go ahead. You're welcome, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Go ahead. Talk to us, man.
But it's not on the air, no?
Yes, it's on the air.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're on the air.
I would like to say that all of us Belizeans are tired of this corrupt government, so that's why we are voting them out.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's one person calling, tired of the corruption in government, so they're voting them out. That's one person's comment.
Right. And everybody have the right to their decision on how they want to see things, though. But as we can see from this listing here, Mr. Martinez, I wish.
Okay, I got the full
You got it?
report here.
Okay.
Wow. I'm looking at.
You have the Carmelita one, right? Because that's the one we're talking about right now.
But it's so small I can barely see.
All right, let me help you here. Let me help you here. I'll give you some bigger figures.
Carmelita, number 6. Okay.
Okay, Carmelita. Here you have some bigger numbers here, pa. You just have to know how to maneuver. We're looking at number 6 here.
Yeah, but it doesn't give the numbers.
Let me see.
It just says who won
Yeah, we're not getting the figures.
We're not getting the figures.
Yeah, the actual
what
figures.
I wanted to see was the figures.
Okay, let me request that then.
Carmelita seats 1 chairman and 6 members, and it was won. Number 6. It was won by. There were no independents. It was won by the People's United Party. All chairman and 6 members of the village council. Okay, we requested the numbers from the authorities, but because you can understand that being a talk show, we can't be giving out
You have to
numbers
go by
that are
facts.
not so.
You have to get accuracy.
We have to have accurate numbers. So we were hoping that we had already been sent early this morning, but unfortunately we had not received it. So we're in the process of getting those. However, the point is, what's going on, especially in Carmelita? Can it be any of those reasons that I mentioned above? Can it be that people are just, like the caller said, tired of the corruption in government, as the person would say? Okay. But then again, I'm not going into that comment yet, because I can easily stop and ask the caller to please begin to tell us what exactly means by corruption, and to enumerate the cases of corruption that she knows about, and because I have a funny feeling that person was just being very general or being set up to call. That's my opinion. Proof to me that you are talking from within the heart. Any luck?
No, I'm still
Not
trying.
yet. Okay.
I'm still trying.
Well, what do you think going on in Carmelita?
I was there for not more than half hour, as I went to see one of my friends to get something work out for this Kikaka trip we're going on for the weekend. And I saw on both sides, that was around a little bit after 4, both sides were pushing, both sides were pulling people. So to me, it may look like it may be something very tight. To me, it may look like it could have go anyway at that time, the time that I was there. I wasn't there earlier in the morning. Kind of in the morning is when the push starts, right? But that time we could have seen the two sides pushing. I saw the leader of the opposition there as well. I saw Mr. Aragon there, Mr. Elodie Aragon Senior. I saw other persons from the East Working Committee out there working. I never reached too closer by the opposition side, so I can't say who was working in that area, but I remember seeing the leader of the opposition in the area, no? So, but things look like
I'm hoping that people can call in to share their comments on what's gone on, because at the end of the day, it was your elections, and we'd like to hear from the people in Carmelita to call us in and say, tell you what, this is what happened. We voted because of this, or we never vote because of that, or
true.
whatever. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's your elections. Okay?
And then, Emmanuel, sometimes you wonder, right? Because you wonder, sometimes when people vote in their community, not only in villages, but when people vote, you wonder the way people vote. What people vote for. Are people voting to see development? Are people voting just for a little goodie? Are people voting because this one said this and that one said that? Are people voting because they say, hey, if I win, I'll give you this or I'll give you that? Or But I believe the most important part should be that if you are voting, you're looking to see that the persons that are contesting are persons that are capable enough to keep your community going.
302-2170, that is the number to call, just in case. 302-2170. I repeat, 302-2170. Ese es el número de llamar. Another thing that has popped up in my mind, and I was reminded yesterday that Carmelita is no longer a Creole community. He has Creole people living there, some, but the vast majority of people living in Carmelita are Latinos.
Yeah, Latin. And it's a vast majority as well?
Spanish.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Buenos días, don Martínez, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Aló.
Buenos días, señor, buenos días.
No, estoy hablando de aquí de Carmelita.
Dígame.
La gente por el voto que le hicimos ayer, no es que nosotros seamos azules o así por lo visto. Nosotros lo que pasa es que no estamos muy contentos con lo que está pasando en nuestro propio partido. ¿Me escucha?
Sí, señor, lo escucho. ¿Puede usted enumerar algunas de las cosas que no está contento?
Pues ahorita fíjese que la bulla está, que dicen que nuestro gobierno, el partido que vamos a soportar elecciones generales, pero solo nos estamos mandando mensajes, está gastando más de 180 y algo millones de dólares en una carretera para saber a dónde aumentado Caracol, cuando el primer ministro hubiera agarrado ese dinero y lo hubiera hecho share y broke it down entre todas las aldeas en este país, todos los villages. Le aseguro que cada village hubiera conseguido 800,000 o $1 millón cada village en esta aldea, porque supuestamente hay como 190 aldeas village en este país. Cada village hubiera conseguido su $1 millón. ¿Cuánto $1 millón hubiera hecho en cada aldea?
¿De dónde me llama?
Que él se decidió construir una carretera a saber para quién.
¿De dónde me llama?
De aquí de Carmelita, señor. Si aquí estoy trabajo aquí en City Parks.
Okay. Oh, muy bien.
¿Aló?
Aquí sí, estamos escuchando.
¿Aló?
Sí, sigue.
Escuchando.
No, tú siempre estás en el aire. Sigue.
Perdimos la llamada.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of things. Somebody say here morning, Carmelita people show their power when you all see Elvis work hard, but what he do, blah, blah, blah. He said, I personally told Aragon last year that Elvis will lose because he has become the chairman of the water board, and I never liked that. Well, we don't know how they think they work.
Chairman of the village automatically has a position in the water board. That is the law. You can't do contrary to what the law says. The chairman and I think it's two persons automatically have to come from the village council. So that's the law. You can't go against the law. Well, let's go back to what this person. Go ahead.
I have some numbers here.
Okay, go ahead. Give me some numbers.
Yeah, we are looking at this, Emmanuel, for chairman. This is Carmelita.
Carmelita.
Victor Polanco. This is for the People's United Party.
Victor Polanco.
407.
407.
Yeah. Elvis Reynolds, 321.
321. A difference of 86 votes.
That is high.
No. That means that there were 728 people who came out to vote.
For chairman, because the councillors one might be more. Because sometimes it splits. So, sometimes.
I'm just looking at 728. Okay, go ahead. I accept that point that it may be more.
Then we are looking when it comes to for the
councillors.
Councillor slate. We're looking at Edward Kanaki.
Edward.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, Edward. This is a different person.
Edward. Uh-huh.
This is for the People's United Party. 393.
393.
Deborah Lee Jesse.
Deborah Lee.
Yeah. 385.
385.
Hilton Cott Jr. 368.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Lazaro, 361. Fernando Moreno, 354. Rosalia Teul, 347. Now when you look at the UDP slate, Edwin Gillett, I believe that's the person they call Edo, no? 353. Yeah, but I'm looking at something that is not too comparable here, because if Edwin Gillett has 353 and Rosalie, they will have 347.
Yeah.
Right?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 353. So Rosalia Edo, if anything, Edo went in.
Yeah, because I'm seeing that 347, Teul has 347, and Edwin Gillett has 353, no? So that supposed to show a win on that, no?
So show that Edo came in.
And then we have a next one here, which is 349, Sasha Mendes.
So Sasha 349, that's higher than 347.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
And then we have Tracy Rayburn,
Tracy,
346.
346.
Crescencio Shaw, 343.
343.
Songha Lanza,
Sonha,
332.
That's Sony,
Yeah, Alair Chable, 301.
Chable, 3 what?
301.
301.
So how we look at
How
this
you
here
get
with
those numbers official?
somebody that was working in the room sent this for me after the counting. So if we look at this right here, if we look at Edwin Gillett 353 and Rosalia Teul 347, and we have Fernando Moreno with 1 over 353, which is 354. So
And then you have Rosalie with 347.
that's Rosalia Teul 347, and we have Edwin Gillett with 353. So that's a difference of what?
That
6.
means that according to your what you call it,
If this is accurate,
there were 4 people who went in as from PUP and 2 went in, but I heard that all 6 went in for PUP, so those numbers are wrong.
yeah, so maybe these numbers are not too accurate, no? Yeah.
Those
So.
numbers are wrong. Those numbers are more preliminary.
But it could be when people holler, no? But then when the official report come out and the presiding officer said these are the official report, then that's it. But make we wait, see, because I send a message
somebody please, it's embarrassing, but can somebody please call us and give us the official numbers? Please?
All right, so that's where we're at on that right now, Mr. Martinez. But village council election continues this coming Sunday, which will be in Tower Hill. Tower Hill will be having elections, and Yo Creek, that's in the Orange Walk district. Yo Creek is in the south, and Tower Hill is in the east. That happens this weekend because we previously announced that San Esteban would have been next week as well, but San Esteban has moved to the 21st of July, you know?
If you notice that Elvis got the lowest votes for the red.
It usually happens like
no,
that, you
it's
know.
Chablais.
Yeah, it's usually.
Or whatever, not Chablais. Chablais, is it Chablais? 301, yes.
It usually happens like that, you know, Emmanuel. Even
he got the second lowest, actually. Yeah. Edo did respectably well. Okay.
That was expected that he would have lead the polls, right? But you know, Emmanuel, I saw it happen when somebody run like a standalone, like the mayor or the chairperson, they usually get more, no? Because remember, okay, somebody says here, he said 5 PUP and 1 UDP won. This is what somebody sent on a text message here.
But according to this, the 2 PUDP were in 349. Sasha went in with 349.
But then it cannot be with 349 because it's only one.
No,
it's only one.
3, 4. That's.
I believe this report that I get is
4,
accurate.
Is that 4?
What?
Is that 5?
5+1.
5+1.
Yeah.
As the way I see it, 5-1.
Yeah.
But the report from the chairman says that it's 6-0.
6-0.
Mm-hmm. It's 6-6 PUP.
Okay. Well, we still need to get some. I believe the one from the chairman is official, but this person that sent me this was someone that was inside counting. You know, I'm 347 to 349. It's a difference there. But the one with the chairman slate, Elvis really gone down, man. I don't really remember how much him get the last time, but I believe, you see when you look right there, Emmanuel, look at Reynolds and look at Polanco. You mentioned about the difference in the ethnicity there in Carmelita as well, no?
Ethnicity has played a strong role, and Carmelita is no longer a Creole village.
Yeah, he got strong.
Carmelita is now Hispanic. So the persons with that are Hispanic obviously voted for their Hispanic leader, a Hispanic chairman. Okay?
Yeah.
And despite the fact that Elvis has been working, they voted for somebody who was...
Figure they could relate to more.
Somebody who they can relate to more.
Yeah. And those things happen, you know, Emmanuel?
Of course they do happen. Of course they do happen. Of note is that if you notice, there's this big drop from Deborah. Is it Deborah Lee?
Yeah, Deborah Lee.
Hilton Cott, 368. Of 17 votes from Deborah Lee, 385, to Hilton Cott, 368. Okay? And but if you notice, it was rather tight at the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom. They made a buck.
Rather tight.
Yeah, they made a buck the
They made a buck the bottom. If it were such that 10 or 15 people would have voted differently, 15 people would have voted differently, then it would have been 2 PUP and 5 UDP. 15 people would have voted differently, because if you have 353 and 368,
yeah,
that's only 15 people.
Yep.
And that would have gone up to 368, and all of these Hilton Cod and Ronnie and Moreno and 347 would have gone down. So the difference boils down to 15 people voting differently that would have changed. The chairmanship would have still been there, you know. Okay?
Yeah,
but
true.
we notice here that a small amount of people made the difference. Maximum, 40 people made the difference.
Yeah, but a lot of people vote, but
Maximum 40 people made the difference. Okay? 40 people made the difference, because if Edda would have gotten 40 more votes, he would have been at 393.
yeah, true, yeah. From
Understand
53 to
it?
93, yeah.
40 votes made the difference. But put it this way, if 20 people would have voted different, 20, reduce this from here, 20, and 20 added on to Edda. Tight race for village council. For chairman, it was lost, 86 votes. So I think that is where the ethnicity part comes in.
Yep.
But then again, if Elvis has been working a lot for his community and opening streets all the way to the back, and for the first time, Carmelita has a plan of distributing lands. No other chairman do that. No other village council do that. Why change them?
Isn't there a place in Carmelita that they call Spanish Town as well, Emmanuel?
Yes, that's the big the amount of people who are Latinos.
Okay.
Okay?
So they made that
They
swing.
made that difference. They
Yeah.
made that difference.
And we have to respect them for that, you know.
Yes, we have to respect
their
them, but
constitution.
I'm still questioning the reasoning, the logic. I respect them, but I don't agree with them. Understand me? If I have a village council chairman who just gone and who has paid, who along with my area representative has paid out all my educational bills, not a pick the award at school, and done the distribute lands to the villagers for the first time. No other village council had done that.
And
If
some,
they fix up the field, no one can do it. And on top of that, they find out that some can't be won the property by what part of the police station is gonna be built. That bodes terrible for those. So let's take that call.
hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello, good morning, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can you please break down the issue with village water board? How much village outer village council? How much they going up by law? Please break it down because I got some people who don't understand it. Please break it down. Thanks.
I think two people
Yeah.
from the village council automatically belong to the water board.
Yeah, 2 persons.
Okay? If I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to throw this out right now and ask those people who are knowledgeable in the law.
Yeah, but I
Please
think
call us and tell us that. But as far as I know, 2 people are automatically,
Yeah.
the law says you must be in the, what you call.
you want to be on the air, sir? Hello? Yeah, when Mr. Ruben Campos was here, who is the rural development officer, he said it's 2 persons, Emmanuel, the
Can you
chairman.
call Ruben and confirm that?
It's one of the Bob OPU PUP candidate lost by 6 votes. One of the opposition party candidate lost by 6 votes. That should look like that one with Edo, right? The same person that sent the
So
text.
by 6 votes, yeah. So you're telling me that Edo came in then?
Yep,
Edo went in.
yep,
Is that what you're telling me?
yep.
So, Edo, as far as we can say, despite what chairman says,
Yeah,
he went in.
I just received it about the village council fund, the real official board that is saying here, not the official board, but the person for rural development. It's a chairman and another member of the village council. That's it.
Chairman and another member of the village council.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning, how are you?
Good, sir.
Good.
Tell me.
Sorry I couldn't make it this morning. A chairman, the chairman and another member of the council are automatic members of the water board.
The chairman and another member of the village council are
Yes,
automatically members of the
and
water
the
board.
minister responsible for rural development appoints the other 5.
And the other 5.
What?
So, is that clear? So automatically, the chairman of the village, in this case, Mr. Victor, automatically becomes a member of the water board, and another person.
Yeah, good morning.
So,
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
RC1.
Yes, tell me.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes.
How can you break down this election yesterday in Carmelita, sir?
Well, village councils are community-held village councils, although over the years they have converted into a political thing, which is kind of, shouldn't be,
Yes.
Councils are usually people come together and they say, well, I nominate so and so, run their affairs, but over the years, it has turned into a political thing. And clearly, I think that because of the political implications, having their people decide, well, I go this side and I go that side. But at the end of the day, the decision of the people is to be respected. That's why you have an election. And the winner knows that this is what they have to do. And those who didn't win have to go back to the drawing board and realize, well, what went wrong? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What did we do? What can we do? And regroup again, because, elections are continuous. This is not the end of the election. There are the elections coming. So you have to prepare. You study the case, and then, but all in all, the people of Carmelita have spoken, and we hope that Carmelita realizes that a lot of things have been done with with Mr. Elvis Reynolds and the outgoing village council. A lot of things that have never been done there for many years, and it's like some things you don't know what you have to do, lose it, and it's one of those cases that the people have spoken. We respect it. At rural development, we swear in all village councils that are elected.
Right.
To us, it doesn't matter who it is.
Mr. Ruben, can you clarify for us the situation where according to the numbers that we have, it is 5 UDPs and 1 UDP? Is that
No, 5 PUPs and 1
PUPs and 1 UDP?
Well, if that's the goal, you call it a split council?
Yes, but can you confirm that?
Well, I have the only way confirm is some elections are mounted.
Because the numbers that we have, it says that Moreno with 354, Rosalia Tool with 347, but we have Edo with 353, which would make him the seventh person.
Well, if that is the case, in terms of the numbers, then he would be included. If that is the case.
RC1.
Again, I have to clarify that this morning.
Yeah, RC1.
Can you do that for us, please?
When you look at this RC1, when you look at a track record of a village council or a government in a whole that is working so much, and then you hold an election and the village council from Carmelita was in their prime doing so many work, and then you have an election and then these peoples are voted out. What do you figure cause things like that?
Well, there is a saying that goes, if you give, people want to give to everybody, but in politics, we all know you can't give everybody all at the same time. It takes time to do processes and things and such, and some people want things right away.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And when they don't get things right away, for example, when all the street lights that are put up, you see the roads opening and such, so people can go and access the roads, everybody wants something done right now, but it's a timely process, and there are some people who are just exigent and they want it now, and if you don't give me now, well, I don't vote for you, and this kind of sort of thing. But it's a culture that's out there as politicians, you have to learn to deal with that and how you attend to that.
Yeah, do you know any results when it comes to Trinidad and San Lazaro?
Well, I don't have the final figures like Emmanuel said, but this morning I'm going to get the numbers, because in some of the postings that we receive, you have solid this and solid that, but like you said, in some cases they're split.
Okay.
So I need to verify the numbers this morning.
Well, thank you very much, RC1, and then we still, village council election continues this weekend over the country, right?
It is until July 21st.
Okay, so...
And I will see if I have a little time tomorrow to be there.
Okay.
I'll make an effort so we get some facts.
Okay, thank you very much, RC1, and have yourself a wonderful day.
Good, thank you too.
Yeah,
let's take a break. When it's exactly 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, we'll take this break quickly and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
cents for 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents Christianity.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Boy, I'm late again. What? Done ain't there yet? More time to sleep then.
Ugh, where'd I put my license? What? More cash? Yes.
Oh my god, that's a huge slice. More for me.
Money.
Who doesn't love having more of your favorite things?
Start your money right.
With Digicell's new prepaid data plans, you get more data to do more of the things you love. That's more chats, more snaps, more surfing, more videos, more everything. So go ahead, live your best life with Digi. Whatever that may be.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We got full house today. It's exactly 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Bienvenidos todos al Sugar City Morning Show para hoy 24 de enero. Y si te estás preguntando, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo es que tenemos tanto, pero lo de top brass de la policía aquí con nosotros? Pues vamos a permitir que ellos lo expliquen. Pero hoy tengo el gran gusto. Today I have the distinct pleasure of having with me and with us here, first, immediately to my left, Senior Superintendent Marcia Moody. Good morning, Ms. Marcia, and welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And secondly, Assistant Superintendent in charge of the Orange Walk Formation, Assistant Superintendent Juanito Cocom. Good morning.
But first of all, I'd like to correct you. You said 24 de enero, we're 24 de junio.
De junio, perdón. De junio. Perdón. And, y por último, nuestro gran amigo, ya van creo que 2 o 3 veces que viene aquí, the Senior Superintendent, Mr. Luis Castellanos.
Gusto.
Vamos a estrechar la mano aquí. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, we have Police Week every year. This year is no exception. Thank you for taking time out to be here with us for this important Police Week. What can we expect for this week? What plans do you have for this week? Who'd like to begin?
I'll start off first by saying, Police Week is celebrated once a year for the police department. And like you said, this year is no different. We continue the Police Week, the tradition of the Police Week. It is a time when we, as the police department, showcase what we have, programs we have. It's a time for us to get in touch with the community, for them to see what we have. It's also a time for us to honor our police officers who have been hard working in their law enforcement efforts. So that's basically the nutshell of the Police Week. It's a time for us to give back to the community as well.
I'd like to, at this point, add on in terms of like the duties that Senior Superintendent Marcia Moody is in charge of the Corozal formation. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
And Superintendent ASP Juanito is in charge of the Orange Walk formation. So these are the big bosses. And thirdly, Senior Superintendent Luis is the regional commander for both Orange Walk and North. Thank you for being here today, ladies and gentlemen. Police Week. Now, do you have special events planned where you would like to maximize the exposure and be able to invite people to come into maybe you have some sort of church service? Do you have any sort of exhibition? Do you have any sort of activity where you'd like to announce at this moment for participation of the public?
Okay. In Corozal for this week. And we all know that the Police Week commenced yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
And nationwide, we all celebrated with a church service.
Okay, so that happened already yesterday?
Yes, that happened yesterday.
Okay, good to know.
So we take time out to say thanks to the Almighty for serving our life and giving us the strength to continue with this task job ahead of us. Today is Monday, and we are visiting the radio stations, advertising what is the package as it relates to the events coming for the rest of the week. And we are doing that at various media houses, right? And that is across the country, not only in the northern region, but across the country. We also have for this evening, we'll be doing a community work as it relates to the project. For Corozal, we have the Joe Louis Park that we will be painting, cleaning, and beautifying by planting some trees later on today. That is our staff in Corozal doing that. On Tuesday, we have the community policing officers and domestic violence unit officers visiting the different schools and talking on subject, doing presentation as it relates to sexual offenses, bullying, and the role and function of police officers.
So you'll be doing educational presentations?
In the schools.
In the schools,
yes.
Okay.
And then later on Tuesday, which is 2 o'clock, we'll be visiting the elderly folks' home in Corozal, where we'll be serving snacks and also entertaining them for the evening. On Wednesday, which is the 26th, from 9 until 2, we'll be having a public awareness day where we'll be hosting different organizations at the Corozal Police Compound, where we'll be putting out booth displays, offering information as it relates to the role and function of the different organizations. And for example, we have the health department, which will be there, the diabetes section, which will be there, the SMART office will be there, education department will be there, human services will be there, along with the fire, and also the police putting up booth there, giving information out to the public. On Thursday, we will be visiting the Police Training Academy, taking part in the National Award Ceremony, where officers will be awarded medals, some for long services, some for first class, which is 25 years of service, and second clap, which is 30 years of
Is
service.
that all you refer to it? First clap and second clap?
And then we have the MSM, which is the Motorist Award, and then the DSM, which is the Distinguished Award.
And this distinguished is offered to one person only?
No. We have, this year we have, I think, about 7 participants will be getting that award.
From within the police department?
From within the, yes.
But per district?
No, it's nationally.
That is nationally.
That is at the Police Training Academy.
Okay. Mr. Juanito?
You're
not finished yet.
Friday, we'll be having the all-day sports in Corozal with the different ball games, football.
Police game football team?
Yes, in Corozal.
For no win?
Of course.
That's another question. We'll be hosting. We'll be hosting the team there, right? And we start at 4:00 until about 8 in the evening, and then on Saturday, Corozal personnel will be here in Orange Walk, joining forces with the Orange Walk formation, and we'll be putting off the uniform parade as it relates to marching through the streets.
So it's going to be a combined parade?
Yes.
Has that happened before?
No, that is
First time.
First time.
As far as I recall.
So as far as I recall too, and I've been in this earth for almost, well, not too long, but but it's many years now. So that finishes your week
And
of activity. That's a lot of
yeah,
activities.
yes, and then we'll be also bringing the scouts. We'll be bringing the cadets here, right? And we'll be participating here, marching through the principal streets of Orange Walk. And thereafter, we'll be going back to Corozal and be doing a small social event for the staff there.
Small social event for the staff. Okay. Then let me ask you a question. Whenever you have these parades and so forth, I mean, not like if you shut down the police station and everything. I mean, you still have a core.
Yes.
Core staff.
Yes, we cannot do that.
Exactly. So don't get the wrong idea that you could go there and do your business and then nobody will be there to chase after you. Mr. Juanito.
Yes, likewise, similar activities in Orange Walk. We had a church service yesterday at the Nazarene Church.
I'd like to interject at that moment, and considering the vulnerability of the police, because yes, we call police can save my life, and if there's a thief inside of the house, you expect the policeman to go in bravely and be the savior, and completely disregard the danger that he's going through.
Yes.
What level of religiosity or spirituality do you see in the police department?
Like everybody has an individual belief. So, and everybody has their own individual belief. I, for a fact, am a believer. Yes, so everybody has their own belief. So basically, to my knowledge, most of the officers
have some sort of
yes, of course, because the type of job we do.
That's exactly my point.
Yes, sometimes we come out of our houses in the morning.
You don't know if
we don't know that we are coming back in the evening. So we stress a lot on the spirituality. And one thing I said, you shouldn't force people to seek God. They should be on their own, right? Okay. But yesterday we had a culmination of the police week with a church service at the Orange Walk Nazarene Church. As you say, God should always come first. And whatever things we do, God is first for us. Then today we are at the various media houses doing the presentation of the activities for the week. Later on today we'll have a social activity in Orange Walk whereby a senior citizen's yard will be chopped and her house will be painted. That's a social activity for later on today. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we had lectures just like the Corozal Formation. We have lectures at different schools on basically the same topics: sexual offenses, bullying, the roles of the police officers, gangs, and how to avoid them and how to resist them and things like that. And later in the afternoon tomorrow, we'll have the issuing of hampers. We have selected 6 single mothers from our formation. We'll be giving them a hamper each to the 6 single mothers.
Okay, I am. Again, I'm interjecting. Sorry. About a couple months ago, I was at Banquita's House of Culture, and I was rather impressed with the police drama group.
Yes.
And I thought that those people need to be commended for the good work, especially 1 or 2 of them that were excellent. I think that those people can be utilized more often.
Yes, we have.
To be able to get through to certain sectors of our society,
That's right.
where rather than speaking ad lib to the whole congregation and fearing that they don't catch, 25 that they don't catch 25% of the content of the presentation, but sometimes it's made easier to understand by drama and by being comical.
Yeah.
And sometimes even though they laugh at serious issues, but which is what's kind of ironic.
But the message is spread across.
The message is spread across.
And that's the basis
And
of
if you have a master of sermons or somebody who pinpoints the big, and talks about, I would have loved to see them participate, but I guess that they're busy, no?
Yes. Then the drama group is a national group based in Belmopan, but we have members from throughout the country, I believe.
I'd like to invite the public, if at any one time the police drama group comes around, go, because you'll laugh your heart out.
Yeah. Continuing with the activities on Wednesday, we have booth displays at the Orange Rock Police Station compound by several units of the department. They'll be showcasing what they do, what type of equipment they use, what instruments and things so forth. We'll be issuing pamphlets and other items. Thursday, as Ms. Moody said, we have the grand award ceremony at the National Police Training and Academy in Belmopan. That is slated to commence at 10 a.m. in the morning. Then we are nationally awards will be given to countrywide police officers. I'm proudly saying that I will be receiving the first class, which is the 25 years of good service to my department. That's on Thursday. Thank you very much. That is on Thursday. Friday, we have sporting activities. We have 5-a-side at the People's Stadium with several teams. And yes, we win. We win. We have a good football team, and
yes,
and we are
defensive. And yes, we win.
Yes, of course. We will be hosting the Belize Defense Force, Indian Church Football Club, San Roman Football Club, and Libertad Football Club. And later on, we'll be having some dominoes competition at the BDF compound. And Saturday, as well as I reiterate what Ms. Moody stated earlier, the grand parade, uniform parade, throughout the...
What time will this be?
9 in the morning.
9 in the morning.
Yes.
So we can expect to see, will there be a band?
Of course, there will be a band, and maybe 2 bands.
Maybe 2 bands.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that will be a grand...
So this week Saturday?
That's this Saturday, and that is a uniform parade. It's not a jump up. It's not a carnival. It's something official, a uniform parade whereby we display our officers and the different...
Good, very good. I like to see uniform parades. I love to see it.
We would have been so happy to partake in one of these uniform parades during the September celebration, but we cannot do that. We are there to work.
I can understand that. I can see through that. I can easily understand. Senior Superintendent Lewis, I guess you must be at the helm of things, helping both OICs to organize all of this, and what can I say? Giving your opinionated opinion on every single aspect. Is that how it is?
Yes, we communicate and with the both commanders, and at first we didn't have this. In fact, for this radio program, we didn't have it. We were to introduce Miss Moody for a long time ago, and we didn't manage to do that. Remember when we came with the commissioner? And so when we decided, we were planning it. They were going to have their ones in Corozal and Orange Rock. Then I came up with the idea, best we come together, and because these radio stations here, they also are seen in Corozal, so it would be the perfect opportunity for them to get the opportunity to see Miss Moody, and we didn't manage to introduce her at that time, but now she's on board. And
it's good to have Miss Moody here.
Yes.
So how many years of service do you have for the police?
30 years, sir.
Wow. 30 years. You're not that far. You're the best.
26.
26.
26 good years.
34 years.
34 years of service. Wow. Distinguished service, I must say.
So within three of us, we nearly have a decade of service.
We nearly have a century of service.
Sorry. Century.
Yes.
A century of service, yeah.
And the way we want to do it this year, Orange Rock is acting as the host, where Corozal will come on Saturday to participate with us. Maybe next year they could go, Orange Rock formation could go and join Corozal, so that, since it's the region, so that's the intention or the plan we have as it relates to the police week.
But your job as the regional commander for the North, can you speak to us more about that?
Being the person in charge is that both areas of responsibility, Corozal and Orange Rock, drop under my watch. And again, the first priority is to ensure that the region is safe, the northern region, as it relates to crime. That's the number one priority. That our main objective is for reducing of crime, to have the Orange Rock and the Corozal citizens to be more safer. And so that's the goal that we have, and that is my goal as the northern region, to ensure the safety of all the citizens of Orange Rock and Corozal.
Since you have been regional commander, have you anything particularly that you'd like to, that gives you bragging rights?
Bragging rights. Well, the first thing I think is that the crime is down for both regions.
That's bragging rights.
So that is one of the most important. Secondly, prior to me coming here and our team, if you would look in the news, you'd be hearing every minute, every time you hear about aircraft landing. And since we come on board and we are ensuring that we are targeting these illicit activities as it relates to aircraft, it is a huge challenge because, as you know, they're in the air, we're on the ground. They could, if they see us, they could divert to anywhere else. So it's always a challenge. But I believe that our teamwork, the way we are operating, we have definitely put a damper on it. So the news of illegal landing has reduced drastically compared to the past, when there was a lot of reported activities as it relates to illegal landing of aircraft. So I believe that our team, our hard work is paying off, and so it all goes on with the teamwork, And
it would seem apropos to just quickly mention that headlines in the newspaper, just to quickly do a little bit of comparison between our neighboring state of Quintana Roo, claiming, well, they have bragging rights that the crime rate in Quintana Roo has been pretty much cut in half with the use of new electronic equipment and blah 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 blah. Mexico is a wealthy nation compared to us.
Yes, but I was listening to their radio station just I think yesterday or the day before, and they are trying to work on their forensic laboratory as it relates to the morgue. They have 250 cadaver or bodies that they have not identified. And so I don't know if their law is that they have to maintain them and they can't they can't bury them. And so they're building another morgue or something to that effect so that they could remove these bodies because they're unidentified. And so they have a challenge as well too. So
and that's in Quintana Roo.
It's in the Quintana Roo area.
If we're talking about bragging rights, statistically, last year between January to May, there were 8 murders in the northern region. This year, during the same period, we only have 2. So if you put your maths,
that's bragging rights.
That is, if you put your maths, it will be more than the 50% reduction in murders.
So, and you see, another thing that comes out of it is that when the media sometimes is not completely supportive of the police, rather we tend to knock, rather than being positive, rather than being supportive.
Yes.
Because it's a hell of a job that you're doing, and sometimes it goes essentially unnoticed.
Yes. And we do it with the minimal resources we have.
Yes. I don't know, given the type of person that I am, if I do something, I give it my all. I think that if I were a police officer and I was told you need to go into that burning building, I would. And perhaps I wouldn't last much, in the police force because perhaps I'd be dead already. But the point is, you need to be brave.
Yes.
To do certain things in the police department.
And our first objective is protection of life and property. That's our basic objective.
So sometimes when we hear that people, que el policía no quiso entrar y que el policía, sometimes you can't blame them. They know they're risking their lives.
But further to that, we are also looking at the welfare of the officers. For example, we had the Sarteneja police station in a very dilapidated situation, and Ms. Moody has already completed that task. So you could imagine that policeman first living there in a horrible situation or conditions, and he still had to be there. But Ms. Moody, with her guidance from Ms. Moody, she has renovated the Sarteneja police station. We also had this Caledonia police station that was renovated, the bat infested. And so Ms. Moody has completed that tasking too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Moody will elaborate more. I think that job is completed. We had Pachacan police station that was abandoned for a long time. And so Ms. Moody has corrected that as well. And so those are work in progress, and we continue to try to at least have the officers renovated. Mr. Juanito is presently working on a proposal where we sent a proposal. Mr. Juanito sent a proposal, his brainchild of Mr. Juanito. He sent a proposal to the BNE Trust Fund, and they have indicated to us that they will provide, I think, a building, if I'm not mistaken, for the August Pine Ridge. If you know, the August Pine Ridge building has been like nearly 8 to 9 years where the building was burnt, and since then, it has not been renovated, or it has not been rebuilt. And so those are things coming on board. We also have,
and if you may have noted, all the congestion of vehicles to the front of the police station, these are things of the past now. The area looks clean, conducive to a good work environment.
In addition to that, we are working on I think the government has already secured the funds for building a police station in Carmelita. However, there's some difficulties with a land issue, and so that has thrown a little monkey wrench into the grinder. But I know that land can be found, and so the money won't go to waste. The project is there, so we have things coming. And
ladies and gentlemen, we need to go on a break quickly before. So we're going to go quickly on a break, and then when we come back, we will spend a little bit more time talking about some of the challenges that you are being faced with.
Okay. It's a police.
Let's go on a break.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Las 8:48 minutos. It's 12 minutes before 9 o'clock to be exact. Here again, I'd like to quickly reintroduce Senior Superintendent Marcia Moody, Assistant Superintendent Juanito Cocom, and Senior Superintendent Luis Castellanos. You have here the Corozal of the officer in charge Corozal, officer in charge Orange Walk, and also the Northern Commander, who is Mr. Luis Castellanos. We are celebrating Police Week, and during this last segment, we're going to talk more about the activities in this regard. But before we get to that, saw it as a good thing when I saw it, that we have presence in the borders. Is it from your formation that's coming from, Inspector Moody?
Yes,
in the borders?
That is a part of the Corozal formation. Based on the limited staff that we have, which is one of our challenges, right? We are able to open the booth at the northern border 24 hours. We are also able to have a policeman posted at the Sardineja station and one at the Progreso police station. So those are our substations presently that are active as it relates to police presence. But we all know that we have others, which is Caledonia and Pachacan, which are not active at this time, but we are also getting those ready, getting them repainted, renovated. Possible, that may be possible down the road, when the manpower is available, we are able to open those substations, because we all know those are a part of the formation. So we need to make sure that they become active somewhere down the road.
Would you like to see more officers attached to the Corozal formation?
Yes, definitely. We are short of
So
staff.
that is one of the
challenges.
challenges.
We are short of staff right now at this point, and the commissioner is aware, and we hope that that could be addressed sometime soon down the road for us. Because we all know that at this time we are saying that, not saying lucky, but at least we are able to keep the crime at a minimal rate. But you never know what will happen as it relates to people changing attitude and people behaving in a different manner as it may be going on other than now, right? So we need to make sure that we are able to close those gaps as it relates to the manpower.
I just wanted to add, that despite we have the crime rate very minimal, but it comes at a tremendous cost to a few dedicated officers. You could imagine officers who have their own share of work to do, but every weekend, Ms. Moody have them doing checkpoint and extra patrols, and so these persons are limited on getting day off. And so, because we are short, so these officers, they work their normal, some of them, for example, if they work only Monday to Friday, but on weekends they still have to come out and do extra. So it comes at a cost where the officers are putting their extra time, their efforts, without getting extra payment or something to that effect.
And that is not only in Corozal, that's the same for the Orange Rock formation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
But if you ask an officer to work, he has to work.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's no like, boss, I can't work there because...
We don't ask. We direct. We instruct, we direct. That is the command structure.
That's the mandate of the police department. As it relates to payday, weekends, or end of month, you will normally get a memorandum from headquarters, Belmopan, which will tell you that you need to maintain certain operation mode active for the weekend. Yeah, so we need to make sure that we maintain certain operation.
To anybody who is out there saying, well, I'd like to become a member of the police department, what are the requirements for being a member of the police department?
You have to be between the ages of 18 and 25. And it would be good, it would be an asset if you have qualifications, high school. And
what is the minimum that you are at?
High school would be the minimum. But
so it's not like one time where it was elementary,
No,
it was primary school leaving. No, it has to be a high school.
and more.
Preferably associates.
I'm so pleased to hear that.
Associate degree, because you want to increase the level of.
So I wanted to turn the point that we were talking earlier, that the policemen are dedicating themselves extra hours. So again, with the coming of the police week, it is a time where we could, with the different activities, also will be a part, like for example, when we conclude on Saturday, there's going to be a little get together for the officers in honor of their hard work. So it's like for us telling them, celebrate, that, okay, you've worked so hard, it is a time now that maybe you could take a little rest and a little recreation. So, Police Week comes into that too, into that aspect as well.
But internally, in my case, I do a lot of things like that. For example, for Mother's Day. Regionally, we did a Mother's Day event for all our mothers for the region, and likewise Father's Day. So we still, that's a form of getting the men to feel that appreciation. It's not just about work. There also has to be a time of let them enjoy themselves.
Pleasure, yes.
Let them feel that they're loved, they're appreciated, and it's not just lashing them for work. And it's a time to greet them, congratulate them, to reward them, and so that's the way we balance things.
I can see through that, for sure.
Yes.
Saturday in Orchid Bay, that is Saturday that gone by just 2 days ago. Corozal Formation did their bashment. We have an annual bashment. Right, so ours occur at the Orchid Bay Resort, where we take time out to award outstanding officers, certificate and plaque.
But if
and we also had a day of fun and recreation. Right? So
And meanwhile,
but that would be now, that Ms. Moody celebrated, that would have been what would have been expected for them to have celebrated in December. So meanwhile, everybody was having their parties and having their Christmas bash, everybody was
everybody's a jolly, they work.
Yeah. We're working.
And
so
one thing, Miss Moody has her party. Miss Moody has all her officers. It's Mr. Kokom's chance to go all over the Corozal police station. So Miss Moody has enough time. She has all her personnel to enjoy themselves. We don't exclude anyone. And when Mr. Kokom is having his, Miss Moody will
send. So when will
support.
Mr. Kokom have his?
I already had.
Oh, you already had. So you had to hold over.
Yes, and it's 24 hours.
We have a good teamwork within the two regions, and that is what makes me honorable and proud to say, we have a good teamwork, and that's what we want to maintain, that integrity of that teamwork. Because without teamwork, and you have one going this way and one pulling the other way and one going that way, you won't achieve your accomplishments.
It will be. I can recall the day you walked into the studio, and the first thing that possibly came to my mind was, I said to the audience, picture this, 1973, 1974. We're going to Muffles College, and there's 15, 16-year-olds. We wanted a little place to hang out and drink only Coke and eat only meat pie or Tootsie Rolls or whatever it is. And your parents' facility was where we always chose to be. And I remember Mr. Lewis there, and I said, that was a clean environment. That was a respectable environment. And ¿dónde estamos? ¿Cómo está Blas? Okay. It's okay for you to be at Mr. Blas. No place else. And I'm so glad and so proud that out of that environment, we have Senior Superintendent Luis Castellanos. I'm proud of you, sir.
Thanks very much, sir.
And I'm proud of all of you, too.
Thank you.
And I'd like to congratulate you during this police week. We barely have 2 minutes left for this. I'd like to ask you for and then maybe you could like to take time out to invite the public to those events at this moment. You want to begin, Ms. Marcia?
Ladies first.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks to my staff for being there, supportive to take on the work and to face the challenges that we all face together and overcome so far. And for the police week, we invite the public to come out to see and to get the information that is available for them to know how to address certain situations. For example, we have what are the role of the police? What are the role of the youth services, right? How can they tap in to get assistance? What are the role of the women's department? How can they get the information to address certain issues as it relates to domestic violence, right? And come out, Orange Walk, to see the parade on Saturday.
Yes. And Corozal to Ms. Moody.
Well, I don't know if they want to travel.
Oh,
if they want to travel, they all say
invited.
9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning.
And I know that Corozal people wouldn't mind. As a matter of fact, if you come here the 20th and 21st of September, a lot of Corozal people come visit us for the parades.
Yes.
And the carnival.
Yes.
And the carnival.
Yes. So give thanks to the great architect of the universe, to all my people, all my staff, my management team, my deputy commander, Inspector Ray, who's always there at the helm assisting me to keep this place. It's not a lone venture, it's a teamwork.
It's a joint venture.
It's a joint venture, it's a teamwork. All the members of my staff, my whole entire Orange Rock Police Formation, and we have a daunting task ahead of us, so we just, together, we could do this. Together, we just keep on doing what we have to do to keep this place peaceful.
And your parting words, sir?
Well, as everyone knows, that our mandate is to reduce crime, and that is our main objective. And it wouldn't have been possible without the teamwork of Ms. Moody and her staff, and Mr. Juanito and his staff. And so I can only tell them thanks very much for the support.
May I interject and boldly add on the support of the family?
Yes,
that's right.
Yes,
that's
right.
right. That is
the family is also supporting us.
Integral role in our daily chores.
Yeah, and so, but again, like I said, without the teamwork of the both areas, we wouldn't have been successful. Also, we have a lot of business communities who support us a lot too, and without them, we won't be able to. For example, the hampers that we give out for Christmas, the hampers we give out for the police week. It all comes from the business community who support us and tremendously. And so for the Orange Rock and Corozal Formation, like I said, Ms. Moody mentioned certain areas that she's fixing and repairing for the betterment of the welfare of the officers. And at the end of the day, also, if the officer is happy, he will perform his duties better, and the community will benefit of him being happy.
Exactly.
Then he will perform his duty in a much better, with more energized, and so the community will also benefit from it. So we have a good teamwork, and I want to say thanks for that, for both areas, Mr. Juanito and Ms. Moody, who are doing an excellent job, along with their staff. And so, I hope that the community comes out for the police week, and we'll have the display, and for them to come out and see what we have to offer.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your presence here. I'd like to say congratulations to all of you on the beginning of your police week. I want to take time out to wish you all the success.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to also take time out to invite the general public to begin to participate in these activities and show your moral support for the police department by being part of these activities and by congratulating the officers when they're doing a good job, not just berating them whenever you feel that they've done a lousy job. No, it's not only that. It is definitely giving to Caesar what is due to Caesar. If you think that they've done a hell of a good job, then take time out and congratulate them. I like to invite all the public to the activities, to the open houses, to the forums, and so forth. And lastly, tell you, thank you to the production team. Thank you, Checky. This show repeats again tonight. The show repeats tonight, not again. Show repeats tonight at 9 o'clock. And by the grace of God, we will be here tomorrow morning. Estaremos aquí mañana por la mañana con mucho más. Así que, de nuevo, muchas gracias. Thank you
Muchas
very
gracias.
much. And say thank you for your viewership. It has been our pleasure. My name is Emmanuel. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Hasta luego.
Inshallah.
Sugar City Morning Show.